What is something your neighbor did that you couldn't believe? When we moved into our new place, our neighbors Caleb and Renee, not their real names, seemed nice but a bit standoffish. All we knew at first is that she homeschooled their 3 children and he was a naval officer who was frequently out at sea for months on end. Eventually we became acquaintances and would chat outside our houses while our children rode their bikes together on the cul-de-sac. She reminded me of the women I used to know when I was homeschooled as a young girl. She was very pretty but subtle, dressing modestly and casually. She was softly spoken and family-oriented. Her life seemed to revolve around her children and she generally did not choose another topic of conversation other than to ask me about mine. She spoke proudly of her husband and his prowess in the Navy, and her life as she related to me was humming along perfectly, and continued to hum along like this for a year after we moved into the neighborhood. One day, I went to my other neighbor's, let's call her Julie, house for a cup of coffee. Whilst I was there, Caleb came in, pale-faced and shaking. Julie seemed to understand and offered him a cup. I wondered what had happened. They began to talk. Caleb was so distressed I was hardly able to follow his story, but eventually I worked out what had happened. Renee had left him. She had taken